Hello, my name is Frank Gaffney. I am the president of the Center for Security Policy in Washington, D.C., and lead author of a new book called War Footing: 10 Steps America Must Take to Prevail in the War for the Free World. We use the term war for the free world because we believe that more accurately describes the nature of the conflict in which we find ourselves. Specifically, that nations all over, most especially, of course, the United States, but also other freedom-loving countries like Israel, are under assault from basically the same source, namely a new political ideology, a totalitarian movement. We call it Islamofascism, to distinguish it from the practice of the religion of Islam by the vast majority of the world's Muslims. And recognizing that this political movement, like other totalitarian ideologies, has in mind power, not faith. To be sure, faith is used as a sort of cover, if you will, or a means of penetrating Western societies, most especially, that are very tolerant of religious freedom. But it really, at the end of the day, is still about domination. First and foremost, people of the Muslim faith, who are being slaughtered in larger numbers by the Islamofascists even than non-Muslims. But then in due course, you will see, naturally, that totalitarian movements seek to dominate the world as a whole, much as the Nazis did, much as the Bolsheviks and ultimately the communists tried to do. These ideological movements seek to control a smaller population and then extend that control. When you understand that that is the complexion of the war, and that this ideological movement is being made vastly more dangerous to us and to freedom-loving people everywhere by the support it is enjoying from states that sponsor Islamofascism, some of them Islamofascists themselves, notably Saudi Arabia, a country we're often told is an ally of the West. In point of fact, it is the principal enabler of Islamofascism in the world today. Another one, of course, is the Shiite Islamofascist regime in Iran. They, too, are enabling, through enormous infusions of cash and intelligence support and terrorist training and the like, Islamofascism's spread and its efforts to assault the free world. Beyond these two manifestly Islamofascist regimes, unfortunately, there are several others that are not Islamists themselves, and yet that are making common cause with the Islamofascists in order, I would argue, to weaken the nations they perceive to be their natural foes. In this category, I would put Vladimir Putin's Russia, Communist China, and on a smaller scale, but with great ambitions, Hugo Chávez's Venezuela. What we are looking at, I believe, as a result of this combination of forces, the Islamofascist movement, their Islamist state sponsors, and the regimes that are increasingly totalitarian themselves and that are making common cause with the others, is a dynamic, multifaceted, and truly global challenge to the security, to the freedom, and to the prosperity of those of us in the free world. If that is indeed what we're up against, and the stakes as a result are as high as I'm suggesting, it clearly behooves us to be doing more than we are doing at the moment to wage and win this war for the free world. So warfooting is first and foremost about understanding the nature of the enemy and what makes it tick and what can be done given what makes it tick and who it is to defeat it. And then lays out what the steps are that in some cases individual citizens, in other cases organizations or communities, certainly constituents, can do to try to adopt programs and policies and capabilities that will enable this country and other freedom-loving people to prevail over these enemies.